If you're over 65, you have a 1 in 4 chance of falling this year. But what if that risk could disappear just by how you walk? It may sound surprising, but after more than a decade working closely with seniors, I can tell you this: many falls aren't the result of bad luck or frailty. They're often the result of habits we've let slip away with time. Habits like proper posture, natural arm swing, the way our heel hits the ground, and how we shift our weight. These details may seem small, but they silently decide whether you remain steady or end up on the floor. The empowering truth is this: falls are not an inevitable part of aging. They're frequently preventable, and today, I'm going to show you exactly how. We'll walk together through proven, practical techniques that have helped hundreds of my patients stay on their feet, regain confidence, and move through life without fear. So let me ask, have you or someone you love experienced a fall that changed everything? If your answer is yes, I want you to comment "yes" below and share your story. And while you're here, hit the like button and subscribe for more insights that just might change your life or someone else's. Because the most dangerous thing isn't the fall itself, it's believing you won't fall at all. Ready to take control of your steps again? Then let's begin right where balance truly starts, with your posture. 1. Recognizing the walking habits that quietly steal your balance. Have you ever noticed how some seniors walk like they're dragging invisible weights? Tiny steps, shuffling strides, arms locked stiffly at their sides, as if they're holding onto something unseen. It might look cautious, even intentional, but these habits quietly chip away at our body's natural ability to stay upright. Why swinging your arms while walking could save your life, and how many seniors forget this instinct. That's not just a catchy line. It's a truth I've learned over a decade of working with older adults. What many don't realize is that walking isn't just about putting one foot in front of the other. It's a dance of balance, rhythm, and memory. When we stop swinging our arms, we lose our body's built-in stabilizers. When we shuffle or take hesitant, clipped steps, we disrupt the fluid motion that tells our brain we're safe and in control. I once worked with a man who kept his arms frozen by his sides. "I just don't want to look like I'm rushing," he said. But by standing still, he was throwing himself off balance. These changes happen gradually, often unnoticed. But once we become aware of them, we can retrain our bodies, and it starts by focusing on something deceptively simple yet absolutely crucial: your posture. Let's take a closer look at how standing tall can instantly improve the way you move, and the confidence you carry in every step. 2. Maintaining proper posture, the pillar of stability. Standing tall isn't just about looking confident. It might be the one thing keeping you from a hospital bed. Over the past 10 years working with older adults, I've seen this simple truth play out again and again. Posture is not just physical, it's foundational. When your body is out of alignment, your center of gravity shifts forward, throwing your balance off like a stack of books teetering on a crooked shelf. But when you stand upright, with your head gently lifted, shoulders relaxed, and spine in neutral, you create a stable core that supports every movement you make. I often tell my patients to picture a string gently pulling them upward from the crown of the head. This image may seem small, but it helps the body remember how to stand with intention. I once worked with a former ballet dancer named Rose. She said, "Good posture isn't about looking elegant, it's about feeling grounded." And she was right. When we stand tall, we don't just walk better, we move with presence, awareness, and security. Posture tells your body and your brain, "I am stable, I am ready." And it's that internal signal that can stop a fall before it happens. So once you've built that pillar, what comes next? We move from the core to the counterbalance, your arms. Let's explore how they quietly hold the rhythm that keeps you steady. 3. Arm movement, the natural balance mechanism we've forgotten. Why swinging your arms while walking could save your life, and how many seniors forget this instinct. It may sound dramatic, but as someone who's worked with older adults for over a decade, I've seen this truth play out again and again. Arm movement is one of the body's most natural and most overlooked balance mechanisms. When we walk, each arm is meant to swing opposite to the leg. This isn't just for show. It creates counterbalance, reduces rotation in the trunk, and stabilizes the entire body with each step. But many seniors, often unknowingly, begin to stiffen their arms, keeping them still to look composed or simply from habit. I once had a gentleman tell me, "I don't swing my arms because I don't want to look like I'm in a hurry." What he didn't realize is that stillness was costing him far more than appearance. It was costing him stability. When we stop swinging our arms, we strip our bodies of a built-in safety net. The rhythm is lost. The balance begins to fade. The good news? It's reversible. Start by simply allowing your arms to move freely, relaxed, rhythmic, and in sync with your stride. Once you reconnect this natural motion, you'll feel the difference almost instantly. Now that you've regained your natural counterbalance, it's time to move downward to where every step begins, your feet. Let's explore why how your heel touches the ground could determine whether you walk or fall. 4. Heel first walking, the step that keeps you standing. Most seniors walk this way, and that's exactly why they fall. Let me show you a smarter step. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen in older adults is leading with the toes or dragging the feet. It may feel natural, especially when we're tired, but this kind of step offers almost no ground clearance, making tripping over small obstacles far more likely. As someone who's worked with hundreds of seniors, I can tell you that how your foot touches the ground is just as important as where it goes. The safest, most stable step begins with your heel. When your heel strikes first, it gives your body time to process the contact, shift weight smoothly, and engage the muscles in your leg and core for support. It's like laying a stable foundation before placing the next brick. I once worked with a woman named Mrs. Johnson who shuffled everywhere, thinking short steps were safer. Once we retrained her to land heel first, her balance improved, and more importantly, her confidence returned. This simple adjustment can make every step more secure. So the next time you walk, picture your heel planting firmly and your foot rolling gently forward. That quiet rhythm can be the difference between walking with strength or fear. Now that we've strengthened the landing of each step, it's time to explore how you carry your weight with each movement. Let's talk about balance and how shifting it right can protect everything. 5. Shifting weight correctly. Why wide steps can work against you. Wider steps feel safer, right? Wrong. It's a common belief I've heard time and time again from older adults. I walk with my feet further apart so I don't fall. On the surface, it makes sense. A wider base should offer more stability. But in practice, it often does the opposite. When you walk with your feet too far apart, your weight doesn't shift fully from one leg to the other. And that weight shift, the gentle, natural transfer from side to side, is essential to maintaining balance. Without it, your movements become stiff, disconnected, and reactive, leaving you more vulnerable, not less. I remember working with Mr. Peterson, a proud, determined man in his late 70s. After a fall, he adopted a wide-legged shuffle that made him feel secure. But once we started practicing proper weight transfer and walking in a straight line, heel to toe, one foot gently passing the other, something changed. His steps became lighter, smoother, and more responsive. "I don't feel like I'm bracing against the world anymore," he told me. "I feel like I'm flowing with it." And that's the goal, not just to resist falling, but to move with ease, with control, with confidence. To get there, though, you have to train your body to trust its natural rhythm again. And that begins with the right kind of movement. In the next section, I'll show you a few simple exercises I've used with hundreds of seniors to restore that rhythm and rebuild true, lasting balance from the ground up. 6. Balance retraining. Exercises that rebuild your confidence step by step. Can you walk in a straight line without looking down? Try this challenge and see. Most of us don't realize how much we rely on our eyes to feel balanced until we're asked to move with trust in our body. That's why the first exercise I often recommend is called the tandem walk. Imagine a line on the floor. Now, walk heel to toe along it, just like you're balancing on a tightrope. It may feel awkward at first. Your body might wobble. But with practice, it sharpens your core engagement and activates the muscles responsible for stability. Next, try single leg stands, standing near a wall or sturdy chair. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and hold. Even 10 seconds on each leg can wake up those deep stabilizers we forget to use. Another simple drill? Walk slowly across the room, focusing on a heel-first step and relaxed arm swing. With every step, tell your body, "I'm here. I'm balanced." I've seen these small exercises create big changes. One of my clients, who once feared walking across her kitchen, now strolls her garden daily with no cane. It didn't happen overnight, but it started with 5 minutes and the belief that change was possible. Now that we've reawakened your body's sense of control, it's time to talk about something many are reluctant to face: using assistive devices. Let's explore why canes and walkers aren't signs of weakness, but tools of freedom. 7. Assistive devices, tools of strength, not symbols of defeat. Still think using a cane means you're weak? Here's what 10 years in geriatrics taught me instead. After guiding hundreds of older adults through balance training, I've come to see that the biggest hurdle often isn't physical, it's emotional. Many people resist using a cane or walker not because they don't need it, but because they fear what it says about them. "I'm not that old yet," they'll say, or "people will think I've given up." But what if I told you that using a cane is one of the most empowering choices you can make? When you hold a cane or push a walker, you're not signaling weakness. You're declaring that your safety matters, that your independence is worth protecting. I've seen patients go from housebound to happily walking their dogs simply because they embraced the right tool at the right time. One woman once told me, "The day I picked up a cane was the first day I stopped being afraid of falling." That shift in mindset changed her life. Because here's the truth, a fall can steal your freedom, but the right support can give it back. And now that we've embraced the tools that support our steps, it's time to take a look at the spaces we walk through every day. Your home, your hallway, your garden path. These places can either protect you or put you at risk. Let's learn how to prepare your environment so every step you take is safe and steady. You wouldn't perform on a cluttered stage, so why walk through one at home? It's something most people don't think twice about. But after years of helping seniors recover from falls, I've seen it far too often. The rug that curls at the edge, the power cord that snakes underfoot, the dim hallway that hides a step. These little things don't look dangerous until they are. And by then, it's often too late. That's why creating a safe walking environment is just as essential as how you walk. Start by clearing your main paths, hallways, kitchen floors, bedroom walkways. Secure loose rugs, install nightlights, and make sure your shoes have proper grip. Even the garden hose left across the path can become a silent hazard. I remember visiting a patient named Mr. Davis. His garden was his pride, but he kept tripping on tools and flower pots. Together, we redesigned the space, adding rails, organizing paths, and within a week, he said, "I finally feel free out here again." Because safety isn't about fear. It's about freedom, the freedom to move without second-guessing every step. Now that your space supports your safety, we need to complete the picture. Walking strong isn't just physical, it's personal. It's emotional. It's whole body health. So in the next section, we'll talk about the hidden factors that silently affect your balance, your nutrition, your rest, your mindset, and how to bring them into harmony. If there's one thing I've learned after working with older adults for more than a decade, it's this. Walking isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's about reclaiming the power to move through life with purpose, pride, and presence. Every step you take, whether it's across your living room, down the garden path, or through the grocery store, is a quiet declaration. I'm still here, and I'm still moving forward. It doesn't matter if you're using a cane, walking slowly, or retraining your balance after years of fear. What matters is that you're choosing to engage, to practice, to take control of your health instead of letting fear or habit decide your future. So if today's video helped you in any way, I'd love for you to let me know. Leave a comment below and share. What's one change you're going to try this week to walk more confidently? Your story might inspire someone else. And if you found this content valuable, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss more empowering tools for living fully as you age. Because every step, no matter how small, is a victory. And you deserve to celebrate every single one. Thank you for walking with me today. Until next time, stay strong, stay steady, and stay proud of every step you take.